Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video recapping the previous series, and that was the Coastal Cobras versus the Western Wildcats. If you're liking this content, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. Put any video suggestions that you have down in the comments. This is the upcoming All-Star break, so I'm not going to be recapping the All-Star game or the home run derby, so I'm probably going to be looking for some content to do in the meantime. So if you have any ideas, make sure you put it down below. What's going on this week is that we had one of the best series of the year, if not the best, depending on how the World Series and all that turns out. It was a really close series between the Wildcats and Cobras. First game, Brendan Baranowski edged out Kyle Schultz in a great pitcher's duel. It was really close. The Western Wildcats really showed their offensive presence this time. Nick Saylor had 3 hits, Kyle Schultz had 1 hit, Jackson had 2 hits. While on the other side, Cobras didn't really get any hits. They had a couple, but the big thing was that they made huge opportunities go the longest. So they got a huge hit in the first inning. They got a huge hit in the second inning to get a couple of RBIs. Brendan Baranowski, although he let up some hits, he was able to get out of those jams, had 7 Ks. Kyle looked a lot better than he previously did in his past 2 outings. He probably deserved to win against any other team, but the Cobras were able to pull it out. Just some absolute hype coming. Just an absolutely crazy game. And then to follow that up, the next game was just as crazy. Of course, in my meme that I made, you saw the mist. And you know, it's kind of crazy that these teams were so good that it just came down to literally defense. Andy made a mistake and he allowed the first run for Sawyer, and he hit Kyle while he was still on the base. And then when it came down to home plate, it was a really tough call, bang, bang. I think Tommy made the right call in the end. Even though he could have been out, it was really tough to say. But Sawyer still played really well. He gave up those 3 runs in the first inning, and he didn't let up anything after that. So he kept his team in it. But, you know, again, Cobras were having trouble, especially against Nick Saylor. Nick Saylor has been absolutely amazing this year. Drew Davis hit a home run to kind of get it going in the first, but after that, everybody went hitless, no walks. So he just tossed that one hitter off that home run, and man, I mean, Saylor has been looking really solid this season. From the plate, though, he only got 2 walks. Jackson had a couple of hits, and Kyle had a couple of hits. But, you know, the offensive presence of the Wildcats is still there. They're still able to hit. We're still having some questions about their pitching because it's not the same as last year, obviously. I mean, Nick is taking some losses. Kyle is not as solid as he used to be, letting up a lot more earned runs. Kyle's not in that top 5 ERA guys that we're used to seeing. And he's not among the leaders in the strikeouts category either. Not on the Kyle Schultz's bad train. However, I mean, from where we have seen him, he's clearly not the same pitcher that he was a year ago. In the sense that he is not, you know, the best pitcher in the league. It's hard to keep that kind of form for, you know, the 10 years that he's played. So, I mean, every once in a while, he's not going to have the best of seasons, but he's still having a solid season. Then in the last game, defense was the deciding factor yet again. Brendan gave up only 2 hits, 1 to Kyle, 1 to Nick, but was able to get out of jam in the 3rd inning. Didn't let up any walks, had 6 Ks, so pitched a really great game. And Nick Saylor also played so well, only letting up 1 hit and 1 walk. But, I mean, this game pretty much came down to the 3rd inning. You know, both pitchers were pitching lights out. And then Drew Davis hits a dribbler up to the pitching mound. Nick Saylor gets it. Drew, within the baselines, it does a spin move, and Nick just misses him. And it was just an amazing play. I mean, if you're a pitcher, you got to hit those. But heads-up play by Drew, just to get out of the way and, you know, win the series. Now, that's huge because this pretty much assures them that they are going to make the playoffs. Basically, they would have to win 5 of the next 6, I think would be a safe number. Yeah, that would kind of be the number they would need to get if they wanted the number 1 seed. Otherwise, they're pretty much guaranteed to play the Wildcats again. I do not see the Magic being able to win against the Wildcats this series. It would take an act of God to really turn that around for them. Looking at the offensive presence of the Wildcats and the lack of offensive presence from the Magic, it's going to be a really tough ask for the Magic. So in terms of playoffs, I mean, I think this is going to be your AL divisional series. This is going to be an absolutely great series, maybe even the series of the playoffs if they play each other again. Just in terms of it just seems such an even matchup from where it was a year ago, even 2 years ago. Like, this has become a lot closer, and that's really good. It's really fun to watch these two teams play. Whereas from the other side, if you're looking towards the Wildcats, pretty much the same. You just got to win against the Magic, and you're pretty much guaranteed a playoff spot. You can kind of coast in your last NL divisional game. You're still playing for bragging rights, but the division is set. You're pretty much playing for seeding at that point. And go ahead and I guess there's not a lot of like in-depth analysis I can do on this, since these teams are going to play again. You can't knock both teams for playing so well. Like, if you're playing so well, I don't have much to criticize or analyze. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I will see you guys later.